Welcome to Barkin Banter podcast, episode 2, part 1.
Where we'll be talking to Louise Otter, who is a dog trainer and behaviourist.
So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe and like buttons below and we'll dive straight in.
They go off and do agility, they go off and do some scent work. That one has a one-to-one session doing some training.
Oh, so that
it's
sounds...
really managed.
Can I go?
Actually.
Yeah. I love going.
Sounds more interesting than that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We should go for a visit, shouldn't we?
Welcome to the Barkin Banter podcast by BB Pet Supplies, the raw specialists. Tips, tales and trends from the natural world of dogs for happy pets and working dogs, new owners or seasoned pros.
Right, hello and welcome to Louise Otter, who is a trainer and behaviourist. So Louise, tell us all about yourself and how you got to be doing what you do.
Okay, so I work for myself now, but I started, when I was a child, I thought, I'd like to work with animals, but not very good at the subjects required. So biology and maths, not great. And then I thought, I don't really want to be cutting things open. And these were the options if you want to be a vet. And when you're 5 or 6, those are all the things you can think about is I'll be a vet. And I thought, right, I don't think veterinary medicine is for me. And then I saw a TV show when I think I was 14. There was on BBC with Philippa Forrester.
Oh, God.
Called Barking Mad.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I remember that.
And it was all about dog behaviour. And I thought, I won't deal with the sick ones. I'll deal with the mad ones. So then I just became real tunnel vision. I was like, I'm going to work with animal behaviour. That is going to be my thing. So I was really lucky because loads of my friends have done degrees and different things and they still don't know what they want to do or they haven't used it. From 14, I was like, I want to do animal behaviour. Yeah. So I looked into how to do that. There's a degree course. I did a Bachelor of Science degree at Chester University on animal behaviour, which is very generic. I did my dissertation on giant otters. So when I met my husband and his surname was Otter, I was like, no way.
This is fate.
Yeah, he's 6-foot otter. That's what I've always wished for. I just didn't think it would come out as a human form. So I knew I wanted to work with animals. I knew I wanted to work with behaviour. So I did my degree and then I moved to London as soon as I finished my degree. And my options were, in my head and also in reality, London Zoo or Battersea Dogs Home. And I had no preference. I was like, I'll apply for both, see what I can get into first. Dogs Home got me. Yeah. And then I went, right, I'll work with dogs then. So that was my route into where I am now, basically. So I did 10 years at the Dogs Home. Yeah. I volunteered at Foal Farm before that just to get some experience so I could get in. And then I started with puppy school 2008 and then started teaching classes pretty soon after and haven't looked back since. So in a nutshell, that's how I got there. Yeah.
Do you ever wish London Zoo might have been an option at some point?
I would work there now. Yeah, because I've done dogs for so long. It's really easy and I like a challenge, so actually I do stuff with other species as well, but zoo work is very interesting to me. I did my work placement when I was at uni at Woburn Safari Park. Oh gosh. And I loved every moment of it. And that 6 weeks that I worked there, I can remember so much detail about that. Whereas you asked me, what did you do 10 years ago? I don't know. No, they asked me those 6 weeks at Woburn, how many lemurs were there? I can tell you how many squirrel monkeys were there. What were the male to female ratios and all of that. I can remember all of that because I just loved it so much. I really, really enjoyed the zoo stuff. And I still like doing stuff at zoos where I can. If I get the opportunity to do any kind of training course, I'm there just doing it. It's great.
We don't have many around here, unfortunately, do we?
Well, therethere's the British Wildlife Centre, who I've not approached yet. There's that little zoo at Tilgate Park as well. There's a little, I can't remember what it's called now, but there's a little zoo inside the park where they've got a few species. Who I'm going to see if they want to do some training with their animals at some point.
It's quite interesting. Yeah. I don't know if anymore, is there? There used to be the at Tatsfield. That's closed now, though, isn't it? Tatsfield, the Waterworld at Tatsfield, but I think that's closed.
Exotic shop now, isn't it?
Yeah. They used to alligators.
They used to have a few more animals in there, didn't they, years ago?
Did they? Okay, that was before I lived around here.
Yeah, there used to be quite a few, didn't they?
Yeah. Always escaping.
Literally. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to make my own zoo at home.
Yes, I was going to say, well, if not, just make one at home.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to gradually increase the numbers, and my husband's trying to decrease the numbers, and I'm like, one's died, let's get 2 more or something else. which is what happened recently.
You've heard that one.
Sounds like you've cats, doesn't it?
Well, not necessarily. Well, yeah, they do need to be more than one, though, don't they?
Cats?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yes.
You're not supposed
Look,
to
I'll
say
agree
that.
with you on some
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
but no.
Oh,
No.
gosh. Oh, well.
So, dog socialisation. Our first question then. People here socialise your puppy constantly. What does proper socialisation actually mean to you?
Yeah, well, what people think it means is chuck your puppy in with a load of other puppies and
Yeah.
socialise them. But
Hope for the
actually,
best.
yeah, and just pray. And that causes loads of issues.
Yeah.
Socialisation is just getting them used to the environment in which they're going to live.
Yeah.
So if you get a puppy at 8 weeks, that's perfect. Because 7 to 12 weeks is the critical period for socialisation. So if you've got a good breeder and they've started to do introductions to lots of people and different sounds and different environments, you can take them for carry walks. They don't have to be fully vaccinated to get used to the world. So they've had a good sort of first 7 weeks. 8 weeks they go to their new owners, then the new owners get them used to a few different people, get them walking around, get them on buses and outside. That's getting them used to different environments and getting them used to the sights and sounds of the life that they're going to lead. What I see a lot of is, especially because most of my work is in London, South London, and I see people get dogs from the middle of the countryside, so the middle of like Norfolk, or people go miles for dogs.
They
It's
do,
mad.
they
There's
do.
dogs
do.
everywhere.
I know.
Yeah.
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, I've
I
got
know.
up to Scotland to get a border terrier.
Yeah.
I'm like, we have those
Down here.
really down here. Yeah,
Yeah.
much closer. You don't have to go that far.
Yeah.
But they pick them up from somewhere rural, bring them to southeast London. Then the vaccination process is so long now that by the time they're out, they're way past that critical period for socialisation. If they've not met a trainer that knows what they're talking about, or they don't know what they're doing, then they've missed that bit.
Yeah.
And then the dog has learnt only what it was exposed to at that young age. So, like quiet environments, couple
Yeah.
of people, usually just
Your
women.
sheep.
Yeah.
And a sheep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and people go, oh, but they were used to horses and loads of other dogs. I'm like, that's a good start, but they also need to meet loads of people.
Yeah.
And if they had a very sheltered upbringing, then often they're fearful for life. You can get them over it to a certain extent, but you'll never have the potential that you could have had if
Yeah.
you'd socialised correctly at the right time, i.e. get them used to lots of people. I can't remember who it was that suggested the magic number of 200 people by 12 weeks, but that seems to be a really good benchmark.
Yeah.
If you get a puppy at 8 weeks, you've got 4 weeks left of the critical period of socialisation to get them used to different people. If you pull 200 people off the street, not that you not into your house, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a really big range of people,
Yeah.
you know, all
Cross-section.
different types. Yeah, big cross section of society, and then the puppies just go, oh,
Yeah.
people are nice. And all people are kind of gentle with them, and as long as they're not being picked up by everybody and manhandled, then they can have a nice experience with lots of different people, and then they can generalise and they go, okay, that's just a person,
Yeah.
because I know people can look like this or this or this or this,
Yeah.
and they can act like this, but people are okay. Whereas if they have a very sheltered upbringing and they don't meet that selection of people, then they go, oh my god, that person's got a beard, or whoa, they're wearing high vis, or
Yeah.
Wow, that
Hoods is
person-
a big one. Hoods.
Hoods.
Hoods
Yeah.
is-
hoods,
it's for
anything
us,
that
yeah.
changes the outline.
Yeah.
So if you think about like a silhouette of a person, if you go into like a clip art or something
Yeah.
and get a silhouette of a person, it looks kind of average shape.
Yeah.
And dogs seem to see that shape and go, okay, that's a human. But if they are hood up,
Yeah.
hat, umbrella,
Yeah.
That's what we have
Suit
issues
colours.
with, don't we? Is the, I think it matters as well. Seems to matter a bit when whatever season you're in,
yeah,
because obviously summer season people wearing different clothes, aren't they?
yeah,
Always winter season. you're
baseball
gonna get
caps,
those hoods.
sunglasses,
Yeah.
freaks them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So socialisation's easy if you know what you're doing, and it's easy to miss the opportunity to get it right,
Yeah.
and then you're scuppered.
I suppose lots of people actually don't get it right then, really, do they? Because they think just taking. Although we do in the shop have to see fair play, lots of people with puppies in puppy carriers,
Yeah, good.
and they're
yeah.
getting them out and they're taking them everywhere and they're trying to introduce them to people, and and they say, oh, obviously no one's picking the puppy up and going, because puppy's in a carrier, but saying hello, meeting, watching the traffic, all of these things, and you think that's brilliant. Why don't more people do that?
Yeah.
Because they're not too heavy. Well, most puppies, unless you've got really big giant breeds,
Yeah, maybe.
like a, I don't know.
Boxer.
Yeah.
Well, they're not too bad, are they? To be
They
fair.
just don't sit still, do they? In
No.
a puppy carrier, you just be straight jacket strapped to you
Yeah.
like that.
I like a winter puppy because then you can zip them into your hoodie.
Yeah.
So I used to I fostered a lot of puppies. I think I'm on like 68, something like that, dogs now that we've fostered. And a puppy, if you can zip it into your fleece, so its head's poking out, so it's safe and it feels like securely held, but its little head's poking out and it's next to you, they feel a lot safer.
Yeah.
And they can just observe, and then they usually fall asleep. If they're about 8 weeks, they're like, oh, this is nice. Good night.
But I suppose this time of year it's a bit difficult, isn't it, as well? A bit warmer.
Yeah,
so.
I wouldn't put a fleece on just to
No.
puppy stuff down it.
No, but you can get some really smart backpacks, can't you? Have you seen them?
Slings. I like the slings as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of those about, actually. I've seen quite a few people with them. Someone yesterday with a puppy first thing yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Little staffy puppy in a sling.
Perfect.
Absolutely lovely.
Yeah. I don't like the backpacks where the puppies are held upright.
I know what you mean. They're sort of like the child
Suspended.
carrying things where they're like this.
No, I don't think they're very good because they sort of hold them in an unnatural position.
Yeah, it's a bit unnatural for them.
And sometimes people have them in like a cat carrier and they're just rattling around in it. I'm thinking that's not having a great time.
No, it's probably worse thing to for them, actually. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's better off staying at home, not having any kind of socialisation than that.
There's a little
right,
fish bowl.
Yeah.
Our next question is, what are the biggest mistakes owners make during the puppy socialisation period? Perhaps we've already done that. Is there any more you can think of? Biggest mistakes?
Well, people, I suppose not really socialisation, but the mistakes I see with puppy owners is that they don't get the first few nights right.
Right, okay.
So they take the puppy from the mum and siblings and then they stick it in the kitchen in a crate, go to bed and it screams.
Yeah.
And they go,
Well, I wonder why.
we must leave it to scream. No. This is a baby animal. They're not trying to manipulate, they're just scared.
Yeah.
I'm all for having dogs in the bedroom for the first few nights.
First few nights?
Well, as long as you need. But often, if you have to broach it really carefully with pet owners, and you're like, well, maybe if we put the puppy in the bedroom, and they go, oh no, I'll never get out of the bedroom. I'm like, well, maybe, but you're going to get sleep. We've got to prioritise sleep with new puppy owners, because if you're tired and you're getting shredded because your puppy's biting you all the time, you're going to be a lot crankier than if you've had a good night's sleep.
It's not a good start, is it?
No, and everyone just sleeps better. You just put the puppy put it in your bed.
Yeah.
Like, I've had puppies, like foster puppies, sleep on my head where they've been so stressed about the possibility of being left because they've been abandoned before. Yeah. I had one big Buffy. Do you remember Buffy a couple of years ago? And he sat on my... He slept on my head for 2 nights, snoring. Big old bully thing. I slept all right, but he slept brilliantly.
He had a great night's sleep.
He was huge. And then the next, 2 nights on my face, and then I was like, right, mate, can you maybe sleep at the end of the bed because you're massive and I'm not sleeping that well? And he was like, yes, of course I can. And then after about 4 days, I was like, could you maybe try sleeping downstairs now? And because I'd let him have access to me so much early on, he was like, yeah, that's fine, I'll sleep down here, because he felt safe. People make the mistake of shutting the puppy away in a crate, in a pen. They have lovely setups, but it's not really appropriate for overnight, because puppy needs to be close to people to feel happy.
He's just been booked out of his...
He doesn't know anything. It's on his own. He's never been on his own before.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly he's on his own in an echoey, strange place.
Yeah.
And people don't spend enough time in the room with the puppy as well. So if you want your puppy to settle in the kitchen, you just spend lots of time in the kitchen with the puppy. And they don't always. So, puppy in the bedroom, happy days. You'll all get sleep. Everything's better.
But about 6 years later?
Some personal preference.
I'm not sure a word with one about that one.
Does he sleep on your bed?
Yeah. They've always...
How big's your bed?
It's quite a big bed.
Which king size?
We had 3 bulldogs
but,
and a boxer and a cat.
But Womble always does the boxer thing where he stays 20 minutes, then he'll go next door or downstairs, and then he'll come back again about just before we get up.
He goes away from the family, and then whereas the bulldogs just go, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
I'm not moving. Yeah.
We have most of our dogs downstairs, but that's because they settle. We had the Doberman who's just died upstairs, and she used to get cold in the night. She'd have her jammies on.
Yeah,
she'd be like, excuse me, and I would ignore her, pretend I was asleep, and then she'd go round to Neil's side. She'd be like, oi, and he would just in his sleep open up the duvet. She'd climb in, go to sleep. And now we just have little Tig on the bed, and she's like lighter than the cats. So if I need to move in the night, she just goes flying across the bed. That's no problem.
That's where our cats go.
That's the cat. Sprout goes, boing, you hear him think, oh God, there goes Sprout. He's gone flying across the bedroom.
To be fair, I mean, that's the only reason why we have dogs on the bed. So the cats don't come on the bed.
But they do, unfortunately. Yeah.
You need a super king by the sounds of it.
We did have one.
We used to have one years ago.
We did have one. Now we're down to 2 dogs. We didn't need quite such a big bed, did we? But when we fought, they just, I don't know, they just all gravitate, I think.
I mean, Fidget don't spend much time on the bed
No.
anyway, 'cause he's too hot.
No,
So
Fidget
it's,
goes on his cold mat and a cool mat, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's on the floor, isn't he, next to me. And Womble doesn't last long.
No, Fidget gets up, walks over us, and gets back off again, and goes back on the floor.
Just to make sure we're awake, I think.
Just to stomp
At
over
2
you a
o'clock
bit.
in the morning.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's what you
Thanks
just
for
want.
that.
isn't
He's
it?
only light, isn't he? Barely feel him.
It's this bulldog face like this. Are you awake? No, go away.
Why can too much puppy play sometimes create future behavioural problems?
Because puppies don't know how to dog. Puppies are inexperienced in a group setting, like in a natural setting with dogs. You don't have puppies learning from puppies. Puppies mix with adult dogs. Adult dogs provide the education. Puppies can play and have fun together, but there's usually somebody to step in and say, that's enough now, you're being ridiculous. And puppies and puppy owners, they don't know necessarily what they're looking at.
Yeah.
So puppies can be way too over the top or really terrified. And if you get the mix of the two, you get one that's just playing and then one that's having a terrible time.
Yeah.
Then that one learns to use aggression and everyone goes, oh, didn't see that coming. Well, yeah, it was getting squashed. Used to say go away. So it's not a good idea to have puppies playing with other puppies with the general public supervising because it tends to create social psychopaths.
Right.
Really, where they're just gagging to get to every dog they see,
Yeah.
and then they jump all over them. They've got no manners.
No, that's the thing.
They've got no
manners,
manners because they've just learned to play and play and play, and that gives them a big rush and they love it. But the other puppy is often not loving it as much, and they don't read the social cues because they're not experienced enough. When another dog goes, oh, I think I've had enough now, they don't have that. It's like toddlers, they just play and then somebody gets hurt and they cry and then it stops. And it's a bit like that with puppies, like they play and play and play, and then one's trying to get away. But the people should be stepping in and saying, oh, that's enough now.
Time out sort of thing.
Before it escalates to the point where it's harmful. But that's where it takes quite a keen eye to actually see.
It's generally too late, isn't it?
It's too late, But whereas a puppy with an adult dog that's well socialised is a much better role model because they'll play and then they'll encourage a break. Like, oh, we'll play for a bit and then, oh, let's go and sniff this bush. Yeah.
So in the scenario, because you see a lot of people saying, oh, you know, I've got my two dogs, got an older and a younger dog, and the puppy keeps going, and my old dog keeps saying, no, you can see, but I just leave them to it. Would you suggest that's not probably a good idea?
You've got to step in. You can't rely on the older dog because if he's already trying to get away and the puppy's harassing the older dog, puppies will take it a lot further with a sort of, I was going to say housemate, but you know, like a family member dog than a stranger dog in the park. They're going to push him and push him and push him because they're a little brother or little sister, aren't they, usually, and they're just annoying. And if the other dog's sort of saying no thanks and turning their head away and moving away and can't get away, then they are being forced to increase their reaction until they end up nipping or biting. You don't know how hard they're going to do it. And if they're older, they might have a bit of discomfort somewhere, they might have a bit of pain, a bit of arthritis. Don't want to have to deal with a puppy hanging off their ears or jumping on them. So, you just step in and say that's enough. And playpens are great for that because you can put puppy separation. I think really important when you've got an adult dog and a puppy to separate them out. And also just for any training.
We've always done that.
We've always done time out, haven't we? When it's like you go enough now, you can see that.
Yeah, you settle down there with the two.
You go, so we can separate it whoever, can't we? So.
Yeah, so we've always done that when we've fostered puppies and.
Yeah, otherwise it's incessant from the puppy.
Yeah, because they literally like a somebody wound them up and let them go, and you're like half an hour. Like, hang on a minute.
But the more they do that, the more difficult it is to train them because all they want to do is to get to the other dog.
Yeah.
And the other dog doesn't want to know. But that becomes, it's always the second dog, the puppy with an adult dog in the home. It's more difficult to train the second dog. It's like a middle child, I think. They're always a bit rebellious because they just look up to the dog rather than needing the humans. Whereas you've just got one dog, it's really easy to train them usually. But puppies just like, oh, that's my friend. I love them more.
So what signs tell you a puppy is becoming overwhelmed rather than enjoying an interaction?
With other dogs, do you think? Yeah. Well, it could be with people as well, actually.
Could be.
Well, you'd see things like ears going back, licking the lips, potentially rolling on their back, maybe any kind of like tucked tail or low posture, any like movement away, they can be really subtle sometimes. And the more you can understand dogs, the more you can see it. But the average puppy owner can't see it that well. You have to. That's why I teach it in my puppy classes. I'm like, actually, look, this puppy's now doing this. We need to intervene, separate out whatever it is, or stop touching in that way because I don't like it. So it's usually quite subtle. It is about lip licking, turning of the head, trying to maybe go under a chair to get away if they're running around with other puppies, things like that. So if you know what you're looking at, like I said, it's easy. But to the average person, it just looks like they're all playing.
Yeah.
So, they can get overwhelmed quite quickly. They can get over it if you then stop the interaction and they go, oh, okay, and then they do a big shake off.
Shake,
and then go back again. And then they're good. But
Fidget lots could shake out,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
When you tell them off. Normally. And I'll just go and do it again. How should owners think about dog parks and free running groups?
during COVID, nobody was allowed to socialise with anybody.
No.
So what I saw was an increase in people's, because you could walk the dog.
Yeah.
We had like allotted exercise time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we could walk the dogs. And what I saw is, especially in southeast London, people would gather in the parks and stand and talk because everyone was desperate for social interaction at a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
obviously,
you'd have your social interaction with us, and people were desperate to talk to other people. And they all had cockapoo puppies, so they would all stand and talk, and the puppies would play or the dogs would play. But actually what it meant was the dogs hung out for longer than they were comfortable with, quite often. And then these groups continued, so people go and they have a meet up in the park, and it's incredibly sociable for the people. And they think it's good for the dogs. And for some dogs it's fine, but for some dogs it's really, really problematic, because about 7 months into the COVID lockdown, when this had started happening, and I think it really did start then, or at least that's when it came to my attention that these groups were in the park, just standing. About 7 months later, I started seeing an increase in dogs that were dog reactive or dog aggressive. And I could trace it back, and I started going, and I saw a pattern. I said, did you stand in the park when they were a puppy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we stood in the group, and we met up every morning, 7:30, and all the dogs would run around together and have a great time. So we socialised them loads. And I was like, no. You've created a problem, potentially, there. That may not be the sole reason, but I bet that contributed. And I kept seeing the same pattern again and again and again. And it was, yes, we stood in a group. But what happens is you get like a group of dogs, and they have a little interaction, and they're kind of done.
Yeah.
But because the people are chatting, they can't move on.
Yeah.
So you'll get the dogs or the puppies that are like, okay, I've met that dog now. Can we go?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're still here for another half an hour. And then they end up getting cranky because they've tried to move away and go and sniff something else.
It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. They're not a good idea, really.
You think you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You think, oh, this is socialising them, but it's not really.
I think you probably have a lot of problems with these with some of the daycare places as well.
My friend runs a brilliant daycare. Boxer
I remember you saying,
and it's really structured, it's really well managed, but these are people that worked in rescue for a very long time.
Got better understanding.
Lots of understanding of dogs, group dynamics, body language, and the importance of a structured day. So they all go in, they do a little walk round, and then they go off and do agility, they go off and do some scent work. That one has a one-to-one session doing some training.
Oh, so that
it's
sounds
really managed.
Can I go?
Yeah. I love going.
Sounds more interesting than that, doesn't it?
Yeah. We
So-
should go for a visit, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
That's what
But
we
it's
should
so
do.
rare
Yeah.
to actually get a
Because you
daycare back.
you do see most of them that just
Yeah, it could just be at
infilled
someone's house as
together.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't get away and they're not managed. So it's basically the same as that park setup
Yeah.
where dogs just can't get away. They're not managed correctly. I did some training a few years ago at a daycare, and there was a dog. It was quite crowded, and I was thinking, okay, this is interesting. There was a dog that was coming near another dog, and the one who was coming near was growling, saying, like, don't come near me. And then the staff were telling the dog off for growling. I was like, no, that dog's perfectly fine to growl. You need to, she wants space.
Yeah.
Give her some space from the other dog. She's just trying to say, back off, everybody, because there's dogs everywhere, and she wasn't very comfortable. And they were just telling her off because she was growling. I was like, don't tell her off for growling. Change the situation.
Yeah.
And then they did, and it was better. But the focus is often on if somebody's making a noise about something, then it's stop doing that.
What would an ideal week of socialisation look like for a young puppy?
Oh, definitely go to the pub at least once. Pubs are great for socialising dogs.
Well, loads of different people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
Smells.
teach them to be calm. Always go to the pub. If I get a puppy, I'm like, let's go to the pub with the puppy. It's great.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We don't have a puppy.
We'll get one.
Sounds like you need one, actually. Yeah.
No.
But yeah, you get to meet people, but you also get to teach them to be calm and to settle in that environment. So I always give my puppy class homework.
And wait as well, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I say once we've taught them to settle, so lie down, relax on a mat, you now need to go to the pub and practice this in the pub. But find a quiet corner, because if people go, oh, it's a puppy, I love puppies, they're not helpful.
It's counterintuitive, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, no, they're training, just go away. Yeah. So tuck them away somewhere so that when you leave, somebody goes, oh, I didn't know there was a puppy in here. Good. And they can meet people on the way out, and they can meet people when they come in. But when you're sitting at the table, they need to be relaxed under the table. I didn't train that well with Travis, my boy dog. He's 11 now. There was a pub in Streatham. I think it's closed down now. It's called the Old Ferrers, and we used to go to a music quiz every Thursday night. It was brilliant, really good fun. And Travis went from 12 weeks, or probably younger than that, because I hand reared him. So he might have been like 4 weeks when we first went. But he used to burst into that pub like he was an absolute celebrity. He used to go on his hind legs. He'd be like, I have arrived. And everyone would be like, Travis! Yeah. And he'd just get this like huge welcome. I think we went in once when it wasn't a Thursday. And he burst in.
And there's no one there.
He didn't get the same reception.
It's like, who's that dog?
Yeah, but he never settled in that pub. But he'll settle in other pubs, but not that one. Because he just thought he was some sort of absolute... Well, to be fair, he did get a very warm reception every time he went in.
That's brilliant. That is good.
He's just like, I've arrived. Like, gosh, lie
Let's
down.
get some stool
Just
there.
lie down. Yeah.
Plus them pint mug or bowl, should I say?
Yeah. So definitely a trip to the pub. There needs to be a mix of training. So puppies are so much to input, so much to teach them. So I would do 2 or 3 walks a day, preferably 3. One where they can run off lead, preferably. I've had a couple of people today ask me, how old should my puppy be before I let them off the lead? And I look at them dead in the eyes and go, I let my puppies off the lead on their first walk. And then I see their face go, ooh. I go, but when they're young, they need you. You just put them down, walk off.
Yeah.
And I'm overconfident with that, I think. So they just follow you.
Yeah.
So a chance to be free or on a long line if you don't trust it, or if you've not got a space where you think I can let them off here. So 1 free running or long line walk, 2 street walks preferably. So they get used to walking on the lead, they get used to traffic. But if they're worried about traffic, because I get a lot of people ask me on a weekly basis, my puppy won't leave the house. They're fine when they're nearly at the park, but leaving the house,
getting them out that door,
they get terrified because they go, whoa, there's a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah.
They've got their safety of home, and then they go outside and they go, oh my God, there's a bus, there's a cyclist, there's a pigeon.
Dustbin van.
There's a dustbin. There's a kebab wrapper over there. There's lots of stimulation for them. So sometimes you have to carry them for a bit or drive them to the park and then get them out there. But there's ways around it. You can't force them through it because they just get scared.
Yeah.
So just helping them through that. So, 3 walks a day, ideally. A couple of training sessions, loads of sleep. A couple of trips to the pub. Puppy class, if you've got a good puppy class. So puppy school is the only one I'd recommend.
Yeah,
because that's what I've been with for the last, 100 years. But then you've got a good structured course where people have been thoroughly trained and vetted, and they keep up with their training as well. So a good puppy class, do your practice from your puppy school, and then go to the pub and go to the park. That's it really. That's a good week of puppy schedule and loads of sleep. And loads of chews and good diet.
I can see why lots of people like you, Louise.
Yeah.
Let's go to the pub.
Just go to the pub with your dog. Yeah. Always the men in the room, light up.
It's like,
That's a great idea.
They're so like, this is why we're here.
Yes, absolutely.
And they take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And then the following week, I'm like, did you do your homework? Did you go to the pub? And they're like, yes. I'm like, right, hands up, who went to the pub this week? And then all the hands go up. I'm like, great, you've got to go again this week. And they're like, okay, we can do that. Yeah.
This is terrible.
We'll manage. Yeah.
Such a drag.
No, that's quite,
but it's such good training practice for them, because come and chill. Just chill.
Anyway, let's move on to this is something which is some people may not know a lot about, but I've seen your videos and I've seen it in action in our shop, obviously. Consent-based training and cooperative care.
Yeah.
So, Louise, tell me all about it. I mean, what is it and why is it becoming so important?
Well, there's a lovely phrase, which is you only know what you know till you know better. And that's just it. I always remember that, because you do your best with the current knowledge. And I think we know a lot more than we did when I first started training. Yeah. When I first started training, you used to hold dogs for vaccinations, and most people still do. Yeah. You'd restrain them. We've got loads of different restraint techniques, how to restrain a cat, how to get a cat in a box, how to do it. You put the animal from A to B, or you hold it in such a way so you can get the thing done, whatever it is you need to do with them. So it could be vaccinating, could be giving ear drops, eye drops, cutting the claws, putting them in a crate. There's manipulation is a way of doing it. So picking an animal up and putting it somewhere, or holding it, or lifting its leg if you wanted to, whatever you need to do to them. So the more we've learnt, the better we've become at giving animals choice. So actually, we can train them to stand still, to offer certain behaviours so that we can do things with cooperation, reducing stress, which makes medication more effective. So this is very prominent in zoos. Zoos do it brilliantly, where they teach animals to present different body parts, or they get them to hold themselves in a particular position. I did some training with a private zoo quite a few years ago, where we got a tiger to come and lie down on a platform through, we're not mad, like through a mesh. And then we'd use a snake hook to bring its tail out. Yeah. One person would be at the head end, feeding. But the tiger had been taught to lie. So then we'd reward it, and then we would do a little bit of stuff around its tail, because that's where you take blood from a tiger. Yeah. We can do, at least, through the tail. So do some stuff with handling the tail, and if the tiger allowed it, it got some rewards. Yeah. If it looked a bit like it wanted to go, we'd let it go, because it's a tiger. You don't mess around with them. No. And then off it goes. And you can do those sorts of things with dogs. You can do them with any species, really, as long as you've got a way of rewarding them and a way of motivating them. So, so I teach cooperative care with dogs, predominantly. But I also do it with other species as well.
I've seen some of your videos with other species, which is fabulous.
Yeah, it's really fun teaching animals stuff. And it's really fun teaching animals stuff that's useful. So I did some training in November with some alpacas, putting their head collars on. You can put a head collar on an alpaca. They don't much like it. Yeah. Or you can teach them to do a nose target, stick their nose through, and stay there whilst you do it up. Yeah. And if they do that, they're less stressed than if you shove it on them. Yeah. Same with a dog putting a harness on. You can shove a harness on a dog. Yeah. Or put it on. But I can't tell you how many people a week say to me, "Oh, get the harness out," and the dog runs away. Yeah. I'm like, I know. Because like everybody, you've just put the harness on the dog and expected it to be okay. Yeah. And the dog sees the harness and goes, "Sod that, see ya." Yeah. And they're hiding behind the corner. "Oh, but they love going for a walk." I know, but you're putting the harness on in such a way that they don't enjoy it. Yeah. Especially if it's one where you have to like lift the legs up and put 18 straps around them and whatever else. So the dog sees that and goes, "Absolutely not." But you can just teach them to stick their own head through or stand for you to put it on. And you give them a choice. Yeah. If we do this, you get a treat and we'll go out for a walk. If you don't, nothing happens.
Yeah. It is fascinating to watch, I have to say. I mean, I've seen it in action. Obviously, I've seen you doing it in the shop as well with your dogs, and I've seen your videos, and it's actually pretty amazing.
It takes a bit of effort. Like, it's not a quick process. No. It does take effort, but it is worth it. Yeah. Like, you can teach dogs to rest their chin on something, and that gives you loads of different... So I use that for vaccinations, heart check, ear drops, eye drops. Yeah. And dogs don't like having vaccinations. No. They don't like eye drops. They don't like ear drops. But you can teach them... If you rest your chin here, you're going to get paid. Do hundreds of repetitions of that. Yeah. Then they go, "That's great. I like resting my chin here." And you go, "Okay, you're going to rest your chin there, and I'm going to touch your ear." And if they go, "Oh God, no thanks," and they lift their head up, you go, "Okay, cool. No treat for you." Whenever you're ready, and they go, "Oh, okay, I've got a choice. I can consent, put my chin down, and I can lift your ear." And they go, "Right, got it. Good. Now I'll feed you at the end." Yeah. And you build that trust. So you say, if you want out, you've got an exit. That's fine. Yeah. And they go, "Oh, okay, cool." And then you can do stuff to them that you wouldn't be able to do normally, because everyone goes, "Oh yeah, but when you give them a vaccination, you're never going to be able to do it again." Yeah, because you build up such a trust account with them. Every time you get them to do a chin rest and you lift the scruff and you pay them, chin rest, lift the scruff, pay them, touch a little bit, pay them, they go, "This is good." Yeah. And it's like you're paying into a savings account. Yeah. Just little deposits. And then when you take a little bit out of that savings account because you need to do something that is less nice for them, so like a vaccination or a tick removal, something like that, they go, "I don't really like that, but I trust you, so I'll stay here." It's really powerful. Yeah. It's really cool.
It is amazing to watch.
And it transforms relationships with people and their animals when you do it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So why would you say then that... so many dogs dislike routine handling? Is it because of the lack
People
of
don't
trust?
read
do you
them.
think?
Yeah, people don't read most subtle body language. So if you stroke a dog and it licks its lips, it's probably not really enjoying the stroke. But people love stroking, so they'll carry on. The dog's going, oh, no thanks.
Yeah.
And they maybe move away, or maybe they put their ears back, or maybe they roll on their back. People just love touching.
Yeah.
People love touching animals, and animals don't love being touched.
And also
As
without
much.
asking permission first as well, unfortunately, don't they? Yeah.
Oh,
And I suppose that's with the animal as well, not only the owner, but actually, did you ask the animal permission to touch it?
the amount of phone calls I used to get when I worked in rescue. Oh, the dog bit me on the face. What were you doing? I was kissing it goodnight.
Yeah.
Maybe don't kiss it.
Yeah.
Don't pin faces. There's a good post I saw on Facebook last night from Laura McAuliffe from Dog.com. Did you see it? Did you know her?
No.
Dog Communication. They're up in Red Hill. Really good behaviourist, and she did a nice post about don't put faces near faces. And I thought, that's good, great. Faces, don't put faces near faces is such a good thing to promote, because animals don't like things up in their face.
No.
And it results in a bite to the face quite often. But people love touching animals more than they like being touched. Some of my dogs love being touched.
I think some people probably misread it because the dog's done it to them in the past, put their face on their face. They think it's okay for them to do reciprocate. Yeah. And not that time, not that moment.
No.
It's only on their terms, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always got to be on their terms, really. Yeah. You're getting that close to them. But I think a lot of people just misread signals and don't see things coming.
And that sort of comes under that people just want to get things done and get on with it, don't they, as well? Which, in this scenario...
Well, I just need to get the harness on because we need to go for a walk because I've only got an hour's lunch break, so I haven't got time to do that. I'm like, well, the dog's going to hide for 45 minutes if you carry on. Yeah. So, let's...
And I take it vets, when you're going in with your dogs, and obviously the vets are used to you now, but what was their reaction when they first saw this? And were they... Oh, what's going on here?
The first time I did the consensual handling at the vets, I went in, I said, they were going in for vaccinations, and I said, this dog is trained to do a chin rest, so please don't touch them until I've say go, basically. So I was explaining, she's going to rest her chin in my hand. You can just do a little touch on the neck. If her chin comes up, I'm just going to say, can you stop for a second? And then she learns that, okay, she can say stop. They always test it. They go, and the dogs sort of lift their chin up and they go, oh no, it works still. And the vets listen. They're really good, actually. Yeah. I'm with both vets in Lingfield, of Carewell and Blackberry, and they're all really good. Yeah. And they love it, and they listen. And I say, right, chin rest, and they do chin rest, and I go, right, go for it. And they do a little vaccination or whatever it is they need to do. Give them a snack, happy days. Dog's done.
It is amazing,
the first time I did it, the vet said, oh, that's good, because I've had people before who say that they've trained their dog to do it, but they've not really done it properly, and the dog still had a bit of a meltdown. Yeah. So you can rush the training and try and get there too quickly, or you can do it thoroughly and take time.
And is this all part of your training? Do you offer training in this for people?
Yeah. I do training for owners, dog owners, alpaca owners,
horses.
Well, horse people don't often want to know.
But I've seen your horse.
Yeah, my big ginger boy that I share. He's softy.
He's very clever as well, isn't he?
Well, I treat him like a big dog because I'm not a horsey person.
No.
I ride badly.
Yeah. What about cats?
Yeah. My cats do tricks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, monkey will, if you go pew pew, monkey will drop down on their side, act dead.
You need to send me a video of this, Louise.
They do high-five spins.
I haven't seen this one.
Cats are the same as dogs. They're just less interested.
Yeah.
So they will train for a much shorter amount of time. My cats are weird because we hand reared them. Yeah. So they're very, very trusting of people. And they dribble when you pick them up. They're like, oh, I love you. It's disgusting. Yours do that too. Yeah.
Well, one of ours was hand-reared. I totally get that. It's a bit stupid.
Yeah. I also wouldn't have a non-hand-reared cat now because...
No, we've got one of each and they're very different. Yeah. Very different, aren't they? Yeah.
But the cats... They're basically the same. They're just scratchier because they use their paws more to try and get the food. So once you've taught them not to swipe your fingers, they tend to get that bit just down the side of your nail when they're swiping for the treat. So you can either put a treat, like skewer it, like you do, like they're tiny tigers. That's when you're a tiger, you skewer it and you don't hand feed them. But they're the same, essentially. The difference is if you teach a cat to lie down, you just put a tiny bit of pressure on their back. Yeah. Tiny, not push, just a tiny bit, and they go, and they go down.
Interesting. Yeah. What if they're not... An animal isn't food motivated. What do you do in this scenario? How do you get around that?
Everything eats.
Yeah. Okay, it's just finding that
Everything
absolute...
eats. You got to eat to survive. The only animal I've not managed to train is my snake.
Gosh.
Because she eats once a month, pretty
Yeah, I
much.
was going to say, so you'd be waiting.
And I don't like feeding her. Neil has to do it 'cause
No.
it's horrible. But everything's motivated by something.
Yeah.
If it's not food, then it could be play, but it could be the opportunity to have freedom or to sniff something or to find... I did a session with a Labrador a few weeks ago. He'd lost all motivation for food and toys. He couldn't care less. He was a sort of sexy, like testosterone-y 9-month-old.
Wow.
And he was like, I don't care about your snacks or your toys. You can do one. I'm like, all right, can you go and find your owner? Because I've just told him to go and hide. He was like, yep, I can do that. Motivation then was to get social contact with the person he knew. And the sniffing, he was sniffing everywhere. And I was like, you want to sniff? We could do that together. Let's sniff, but for a good purpose.
Yeah.
And he got to his dad and he was like, yeah, you found my dad. And then we did it again and again and again. He was like, yeah, and we found something to motivate him that wasn't food or toys.
Yeah.
But it was something that he wanted to do, wanted to sniff. I was like, great, we can sniff, but we can sniff together.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't sniff, but he did the sniffing. I held the lead.
So we can sniff together, yeah.
But everything eats. Every dog eats.
Yeah.
So some are much more food motivated than others, 100%.
Yeah.
But they all have their meals. So you can use part of the meals for training. You used to do that in rescue. You'd get a bowl of pedigree biscuits and they'd go, I don't really want to eat that. You'd be like, okay, well, can you do a sit? Can you maybe look at me? Here you go. Chase that treat over there, that biscuit over there. You can animate food to make it more interesting. You can obviously increase value. You can go smellier, you can go softer, you can go meatier or cheesier.
Yeah.
Getting a dog to lick first, because if they're not eating in an environment, if you're trying to train, there's probably something else going on. Eating's fairly easy for dogs.
Yeah.
So if they stop eating, it means they're stressed about something, they're too aroused about something, or there's a shiny thing over there.
Yeah.
So getting them to lick is a good start. So something like a squeezy cheese or a smushy pate or something they can just lick, that sort of gets them into, oh yeah, I remember how to eat. Or sniffing calms them down loads. So get it loads in classes. I teach outdoor classes. That's why I've been this weekend done 8 classes outside, and quite a few of the dogs went, oh, I don't want to eat.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too much pressure.
Yeah.
So the owner's like, come on, let's do this, let's do this. And the dogs are just zoning out. So I like to do a little reset activity with them. Like, don't say anything, just take a step forward, put a treat down, like stay, bend at the hips, put your hand down by your foot with a treat, just stay there. Dog's on a lead. Eventually the dog goes, what are they doing? They come over and you just let go of the treat. Take a step away, do it again. Hand down. Dog goes, yeah, I can do that. So you're not asking them to do anything.
No.
Like, whenever you're ready, mate, there's a treat here. But you're not telling them, you're not speaking.
No.
Not, come on. And then the dog eats a few. You do that and then you go, can you maybe look at me? They're like, yeah. And then they'll take it and then they start eating again. So often when they're not eating for like food motivation, it's not the food, it's maybe the environment with pressure or something else isn't quite right. Or I've usually got, so I had salmon sausage today for the dogs.
They're quite popular,
Do you
those
want
salmon
some
sausages.
the Nova ones?
They're quite popular.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, I must admit, I bought some home for us to try.
They break
and
up
just
very
go.
nicely as well for training.
They do.
Yeah.
They're not very long though, I find.
No, the
They're
packet
quite
didn't
small.
last that long.
Have you seen some? They're about probably 3/4 the size of the normal.
Like
No, I've seen
dark
them.
brown for a salmon.
Yeah, but they're very smelly.
Oh,
They're very. We have them in our fishy corner in the shop.
Yeah, should stay in the fishy corner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best place for them.
Yeah.
Well, this section, I think we're gonna have to have you back and have a complete session on
Yeah,
just this, because
just that,
this is
just-
just fascinating. I
Yeah.
think this is the way things are obviously going and should be going. You know, because it's
got to
positive.
care. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. You know.
Just on that subject, the course that I do, the happy handling course, every owner that's done it, that I've got I'm very lucky to have lots of clients that have stayed with me for a number of years and done lots of different courses. They've all said that's the best one.
Really?
They had the lowest expectations and they've learnt the most, because we teach all about body language first, and then we go through really subtle bits of ways of communication and then how to overcome that, how to build trust, and then it's amazing what you can achieve once you teach people to read dogs. It's amazing.
It is fascinating, isn't it?
yeah.
Really
I
is.
wish everyone would do it, actually,
Yeah,
because it makes
I mean,
the biggest difference.
I mean, I've seen you in action, so I can actually say, and it is amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen the videos as well, but actually seeing it in the shop with Bana was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
the
cool.
boxer as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, that is a
It's
boxer,
like,
yeah.
that's the boxer.
Yeah.
Firstly. And then the rest of it's like, my God, it's quite amazing. She just literally is like, yeah, Mum, I'm going to do this for you.
It's just trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is.
Welcome to the Barkin Banter podcast by BB Pet Supplies, the raw specialists. Tips, tales and trends from the natural world of dogs for happy pets and working dogs, new owners or seasoned pros.